Well, authorities are still in the very early stages of their investigation into last night's bombing right here in New York City. At least 29 people were injured in what's being described as an intentional act. Earlier, I spoke to CBS News senior investigative producer Pat Milton about what local and federal investigators are now looking for.
We also know that the second device, which was described as a pressure cooker-looking device, found at the second location that did not detonate, that is also being examined, but it's being examined right now by New York City Police Department bomb techs up at Rods and Neck. They have robots that are looking at it to make sure that it was not detonated, make sure that it was safe.
Pat, walk us through what happens with NYPD when an explosion of some sort or some sort of activity like this happens. It was interesting to hear, I think it was Commissioner O'Neill say that when the first bomb went off at 23rd Street, they obviously shut down the area. Then they did what they called a secondary sweep, and that's when they found the pressure cooker. What are the usual tactics that NYPD uses to secure an area?
Well, they really do. They're critical response and bomb squad and everyone available just fans out from that area looking for possible potential devices that may also be set to go off or planted somewhere. And very fortunately, as Police Commissioner O'Neill described, the two off-duty New York State troopers joined in the search, and they walked down the street, 27th Street in Manhattan, and came upon a white plastic bag and looked in the plastic bag and found what they thought was a IED.
Pat, one of the two big questions that Commissioner O'Neill said they're still looking into: who did this? Why did they do this? Do they have any sort of leads or indication on that?
No, they really don't at this point. They don't. They're looking for a motivation, and they haven't apprehended anyone. They're just putting out a call for anyone that has anything. If they've seen something on social media, overheard a conversation, saw something that looks suspicious, the police department and the FBI are looking at videotapes in the area. You know, New York City Police Department has the most sophisticated and extensive video network in Manhattan, and also many corporations and buildings and banks and companies have their own surveillance cameras up. So they're combing through taping on all those videos to see who was in the area and see if they can find someone that was actually placing this device in the area. We're told that they do have an explosive. They do have video of the explosion. In fact, the commissioner described it today at a news conference that they do have it. But we are also told that they haven't located yet the actual video of a person placing the bomb in the location.
Pat, you've worked close with NYPD. You've spoken to them. You've got sources there. How concerned are they that this whole attack is happening just days before the UN General Assembly is kicking off, where hundreds of heads of states will also be in town?
Well, they're extremely concerned, and especially since no one has been apprehended, but they are determined to find out who did this and bring them to justice. The United Nations General Assembly is a ramped-up security situation in New York every year. And the Commissioner O'Neill said at the news conference that he felt confident after reviewing the plans this morning that they had the response that was necessary to protect this week. Everything is being ramped up, as you explained. They are going to be having more police presence at bus stations and on streets and subways and stadiums and everything else to determine, just to make sure that nothing happens.
Investigative producer Pat Milton. Pat, thank you for that.
Thank you.